My girl Saweetie, she got outed. She got outed by a young woman named Maybach Mayy on what's that thing called, on Instagram. Maybach Mayy had a lot of shit to say. I put the post in the jumbo. Basically, she was acting as a road manager, her words, in booking Saweetie all across the world for appearances. Now, this Maybach Mayy woman, she is married to Devin Haney's older brother. Devin Haney, the boxer. And so her and her husband work like Haney Productions or some shit, or Haney Promotions. And so I'm guessing that's where they got the influence and the clout to be able to book her all across the world. Basically, Saweetie did not pay up. She got her these bookings, told her that she put her on in different places because she said Saweetie never balled out and shit like that. And now it's time to pay, and she ducking. She aired out her relationship with the soccer player Jadon Sancho, I think his name. He plays for Manchester United or Chelsea, one of them. He over there playing like shit. And so he got his own problems. But I wanted to know how y'all felt about this. Was it what what did y'all think about her being aired out? My thoughts, women hate each other, but you know I say that all the time. But I don't get it. I don't get it. She said that Saweetie also does cocaine. Cocaine is flowing through the industry, the entertainment industry. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody said Saweetie must not be on that real cocaine because she would have put out a hit by now. Very, very nasty. Never seen nothing like it. But how you feel about it, Kenya? What's the word?
Bro, okay. Honestly, if you didn't know Sweetie was selling ass, then that's on you, and maybe this conversation not for you. So to the people that probably already knew that, I mean, damn it, it's fucked up for you to get outed like that. That's some fucked up shit because it's just validation for people that kind of already, knew that and was saying that. So that's kind of crazy. But I mean, what else was selling? Because we knew it wasn't the music. It wasn't the music. She don't got no major brand deals right now. I mean, so the problem is the lifestyle that the girlies are keeping up. There has to be a way to afford it. There just has to be. It has to be afforded somehow. These are just the real raw facts of the world. Somehow that has to be afforded. Now, how is it getting afforded? The easiest way.
You sitting there, listen, I heard
Now,
somebody.
I don't want to get into it because I have very polarizing opinions on this
No, get into it.
topic.
No, we got to hear all this man hating shit. No, talk about it.
No, it would still be man hate. That wouldn't change though. That's the problem. So I don't really know. It wouldn't change. It would still formulate to man hate at the end of the day. But I mean, yes, the girls are selling sex. The girlies are selling sex. Rashad, I had a hairdresser in Baltimore. Now he's gay. He do his wigs, he do his makeup. He's very popular, very tea. He do the fuck out some hair. Now I went booked him. I got my hair done. He is a chatterbox. Okay, so he's telling me all about. He was the hairstylist for Suki when she did her little ones and twos with who was it? Mooney Long, Money Long. Yeah, Money Long and Suki when they were together, and he was just telling me about how basically the girls are selling sex. Like she was sucking dicks like off the tour bus for however much dollars. Like the girls are quite literally hand to fist selling sex. Like that is what's happening in the industry. Like the girls that you might hear songs from and you might see as Instagram girlies are selling music or, selling a look or selling an aesthetic. They're actually selling sex on the back end to front what that looks like. Um,
But we already know that. I think, but y'all hate when we say it. Like when we point it out, y'all say, "Oh no, she could be this amazing business entrepreneur." It's like, no, she's selling pussy. Why y'all can say it and we can't?
because it means something different. So because honestly, when you say it, it's so disgusting and revolting, and you just never should. Because you also play into the market that caters to that. Rashad, you're a BBL demon. You love when girls go and get surgery and lay on the table and risk their life to go and get shaped up and look like caricatures of Barbies and whatnot. That's your bag. So it's just like it's men like you, and you're not alone. I don't want to single you out, but it's like you're not alone. But there's enough of you to create a market for women that don't want to go another route or find that to be the easiest route. That's a different conversation on how they get there. But the women that do go that route are disadvantaged. They are selling cooch, and it's a tricky thing. It's
Hold on,
a
wait, two
very
things,
tricky
Tia.
thing.
Heavy
She
Two
on the
like
things.
trick.
there's
Heavy on the trick.
Hold on, two
Thank
things, and then we're
God,
gonna get to
thank
ski
God
ski
her
guy.
pimp is a fucking Eritrean lady and not a weird ass
First
fucking
of all,
Nigerian dude, because it might be different consequences. We might never hear about that shit online, and he just might get, I'm telling you, Rashad, I've seen and heard enough. They be getting these girls knocked off when they owe
hold
too
on,
much
hold on, hold on, hold on,
funds.
hold on. Because I think two things. Um, One, it's crazy that you would blame like the market. Like it's like a nigga
Why wouldn't I?
blaming. It's like the nigga blaming the fiends for the reason why the drug dealer. Oh well, there's a lot of fiends out here. No, nigga, you got a choice to sell drugs, and you chose to sell some motherfucking drugs. So on the flip side, you blaming niggas who want to get pussy on it. No, that
But it's
doesn't make
not.
sense.
But it's not the same thing though.
It's exactly the same thing.
It's
But hold
not the
on,
same
hold on,
thing.
hold on, hold on. And then the other point is when we had this
And right.
conversation
Okay, I
we
won't say
had
what
this
that is, but
conversation
okay.
about the sex workers and what was PTSD or sex work, and you gave this long ass monologue, and I said no, there are women out here who actually just want to do this just
And
because,
Saweetie
i.e.
still does
Saweetie.
not, Rashada, again, like you said, the only instances that you're bringing up to me are damn near celebrity women. No, Rashad, I'm sorry that I'm not taking the Saweeties of the world and putting them to the bitches in the brothels in Bangladesh. No, I'm fucking not. But I'm telling you that the basis behind why all of that shit can run off in India and here and in China and in Africa and in Europe and everywhere else is because niggas are sick fucks that are willing to pay for whatever. That was my only point. So I don't know what you're saying that for.
Listen, there is a joint right now in everybody's neighborhood that you shoot her $150, she going, stop it, we ain't got to take it to the brothels in Bangladesh, stop
We
it.
do, because it's the same sentiment. Why can't we though? But why can't we? It's the same sentiment. You all niggas want to find the coochie for the cheapest they can, right? So when you travel abroad and when you get it for cheap, why can't we have a conversation about that being the desire and that being what's front in the market for women and i.e. young ladies? Because fuck you if you think I'm not finna really talk about what the industry is, and i.e. young ladies. And I'm also giving you credence and credit for saying young ladies, because I really don't want to say what I really could say. But yeah, yeah, that's niggas being sick fucks that fuel that for even being what it is. It's funny how that's the only industry in the world where the younger you are, the more you can make.
I think if you read those text messages, Buddy got preyed on. But let's go to Ski God, and then we got Mick Gotti. What's the word, Ski God?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna just say I'm not surprised by the situation, but at the same time, I think what is being shown isn't always what it is. Like, yes, she's a celebrity. Yes, she make music. That don't mean she got a lot of money, one. And two, one thing about artists, and it ain't just females, but females are definitely, taking advantage of more in the industry, is a lot of things be gifts. A lot of things people give them in exchange. And a lot of times they are doing things, and they may get this and get that, and it looks like, it's theirs. Somebody got it for them. Somebody, you know, loaned it to them. And yeah, they look like they got a lot of money, but they don't really be having money for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that go all the way back to like TLC days. Everybody didn't know that they went broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wasn't really getting paid, and but they was like, they had the biggest hits and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And Saweetie is nowhere on that list of having big hits for real. Like, that's gonna take care of her life like that. And so I think it just, she definitely didn't manage what she did make as far as her lifestyle, and she can't afford what she was supposed to pay out. And You know, that goes back to whoever's managing her money too. But at
This
the
ain't about affording, like, this ain't about affording nothing. This is about the idea that I want to live in the lap of luxury continuously and forever. This ain't about, living hand to mouth and you about to be put out and your car repoed and you ain't no, this ain't about that. So like when
No,
we
but
try
it's
to boil
about
it down to that, it's
no,
not
but
that.
Rashad,
Yeah, she
no,
comes
but
from
Rashad,
money.
that
Sweetie comes
no,
from money.
I'm not getting
Her
because
parents
Rashad,
got bread.
fuck that. No, 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 and hear me out because fuck that. Because if I'm to give that sentiment to them, then being fair, I'm to give that sentiment to the lesser girl. So then maybe you don't need to afford the Honda Civic, and maybe you don't need to afford your $1,100 rent, and maybe you don't need to afford. I mean, what does it, if that is that lady's lifestyle and she's already been indoctrinated into that lifestyle? I don't know how old Sweetie is, but Sweetie been around for a minute, okay? And her music ain't been selling for a minute also. So I'm not about to think that this is a new thing that has come up in her life of her actually being a fucking escort. Okay, that's probably been happening since we've been heard about the girl, is what I'm telling you. And I'm telling you that there's a thing in the industry where even the chicks are starting off that way, and you want to not talk about what is actually the resounding point amongst all of this. Because it's a larger conversation, Rashad. It ain't just Sweetie. It's her. It's Suki. It's a lot of other girls. It's a lot of them. It's Natalie Nunn. It's the bitches she take over to Dubai. Like, there is an industry where they are selling bitches across the globe. Okay, it's happening. Sick shit is being done. Yes, you're telling me that the girls are taking it for a coin, but what I'm telling you about, what I'm saying is the girls are taking it for a coin regardless of what the scale of the coin is. Because if you want to sit up here and shame the bitches taking it for a coin to afford the lifestyle that they're already in, then now we got to take it to the hoes in fucking Uganda that's taking it for a bag of beans of rice, and you want to shame them too because they selling it for a bag of beans of rice?
No, what
But
I'm
Because
Sweetie
that
comes
saying,
because
from
that's
money. Like,
actually what happening. The actual, because you always, Rashad, you're basing your point about this industry and about this conversation off of the 1% of celebrities that, yes, we do talk about, but the rest of this shit, Rashad, that I'm telling you, it's not the bitches sitting up in nice housed, air conditioned posh homes. The rest of it is the bottom quintile that's actually selling it. So I'm not basing
but
no conversation
what
about
I'm
this
saying
shit
is,
off of bitches that's selling it out they
hold on,
fucking Manson.
what I'm saying is that we can have a conversation about that, but I think when we talk about this, you just completely skip the fact that women do this because they want to do it in
Women
some
do that.
cases.
No, no, I'm not skipping shit. I'm talking
I
about women
know
doing it
women
out of
who do it
necessity.
because
So
just
fuck
because.
you if
I
that's
know
not
it.
what you're taking from it.
I know
No,
it.
I'm not acquiescing on shit,
I
Rashad.
know it. I know women
I'm
who
not.
fucking just
I'm
because they
not.
want to fuck. I
Okay,
know
and
it.
y'all could beef till you're blue in the face. But
I know
at
it.
the end of the day, there's a reason why there's no market for your butthole. The
Listen,
fuck? Let's talk
I
about
know
that.
hoes.
That
I
because
know
that's really the
hoes.
conversation. You niggas be mad because it's not you, but at the end of the day,
I know
it's not no
hoes.
plus because it's her. She don't
I
really
know
want to do
hoes
that for
that's
real. So what are
fucking
you talking
just
about? All these bitches that even are selling sex that's rapping want to make it rapping, so they don't gotta do that no more.
Suki had an OnlyFans before she started rapping. Like she was just
So
in
why did she start rapping?
because it's a lick. Why do anybody start rapping? Because it's a lick. Because niggas see money.
If
Why do
selling
niggas start
coochie is a
rapping?
lick,
It's a
why she
lick.
couldn't just keep doing that and shutting the fuck up like she been doing? Why she
Um,
couldn't just keep selling ass like she been doing? Because that's
because
what she do.
I mean everybody finds a reason. Why couldn't niggas just keep selling drugs? Because they want to do something different. I don't think you have to have a world beating reason on why you want to change
There's
careers.
a
Like what the
reason
fuck are
why
we
the
talking
niggas
about?
don't want to sell drugs no more. There's a reason why the bitches don't want to sell ass no more. And what
There's
I'm
a
telling
reason
you
why
is
niggas don't want to work at Amazon no
that
more.
if you keep affirming the selling ass across all class barriers, then you're the problem, because the majority of it is not bitches that want to sell ass. I'm just you're not gonna make me get off that point, because fuck you. You're not seeing the market for what it really is, and you're also the problem.
Yeah, I think that you live in a world with rose-colored glasses.
No, you live in a
No,
world with rose-colored
no,
glasses
because
where every prostitute
I,
is a happy one. Fuck you, Rashad.
I
Because every
Hey,
prostitute is
hey,
so happy to be there.
I
Suck my
know
dick. No,
joint.
Rashad, you're the
I
problem.
know
I would
joint.
never be the problem, ho.
I know
I would
joint.
never be the problem.
I
You're
know
the
joint.
problem. Every prostitute is a happy one. Fuck you.
No, I know women
You
who
don't know shit.
I
You
know
don't.
women
You don't
who
know them.
sell
And
pussy.
that's what
I
that
know
tells me. You
women.
don't know them.
I know
You don't know
women
them.
who wake up
You
in the
don't.
morning.
There's
I know
actually, and
women who
honestly,
wake
we
up in
don't
the
have
morning
to
and
listen to
can't
you
wait.
or me, Rashad. Here, that's the
They can't
beautiful thing
wait.
about it, Rashad.
They
That's
can't
the
wait.
beautiful thing
If you
about
on
it.
tour, hold on,
You don't
wait.
have to
If you're
listen
on
to
a
you
tour bus,
or me. You don't have to listen to neither of us. They've already
If
talked to
you're
the
on a
prostitutes.
if
They've already
you're
done
on a
their
rap tour,
statistics, and they've already said that the majority of
hold
them want
on,
to get out. So now what? You
hold
gonna
on.
argue with the scientists? You gonna
If
argue
you're
with the
on
scientists?
hold on, if you're on tour for music and you're getting off the tour bus for music because you had to change your career because you was tired of selling sex, but now you're on tour making money and you're getting off that motherfucking bus like your hairstyle said and sucking dick for money on the side, you can't tell me that bitch is oppressed. You can't tell me that she had to do that shit. You can't tell me that the world is so fucked up.
No,
No,
Rashad,
bitch,
what
you
I'm
changed your
telling you is
career.
that there's a larger
No,
conversation
that's
to be
bullshit.
had, and
No,
I'm
we got
not
him.
gonna
That's
base
fuck
it,
shit.
and I'm not
That's
gonna
fuck
base
shit.
it on the Suki Hanas or the Bias or any of the
No,
bitches
we
that's
got him.
really out here selling coochie for real. I'm not gonna base it on them, because that's quite literally basing the what the ethics and the shit that really happen in the world. If I wanted to base it on the 1%, it would be crazy. Cause it don't look the same, Rashad. It don't look the fucking same.
But
So how are you finna
we
tell me
because
that
we
when
don't
I get to talking about sex work, I gotta keep talking about bitches that are fucking with niggas with millions? As if that's all the bitches that sell sex.
because I just but the thing is this, when you bring up those are situations in where it's most visible, right? Because I clearly said that I literally know joints that wake up and want to sell pussy. And you said no, I don't.
You
So
don't,
you can't
Nate, you don't. You don't. I swear to God. Rashad, fuck you, bro. I'm not even finna, I swear to God, I'm finna mute up. Rashad, I don't have nothing else to say. Please continue to have your space. I'm going to mute up. I'm not engaging in this fuck ass conversation, because it starts to feel like, I'm engaging in some fuck shit that's against what the
everybody knows a bitch that
reality of
sell
the
pussy.
situation is. And I'm not doing that.
I think everybody up here knows a joint that sell pussy.
You're biased. And I know a lot of joints too. So what now, Rashad? You're biased
So
in your take,
but but
and because you don't want to villainize niggas in their true nature. I understand how that leads you to want to hold on to that, but I'm not beholden by that. I don't give a fuck. So when it comes time to talk about who's really affected in the world and what really get down and what's really the effects of how shit gets started, I can't have real conversations with you, because I can't have real conversations about what's actually going on.
what's actually going on is a woman that exposed Saweetie, and somehow we got to talk about the niggas, even though Saweetie said that she looking at cuz like a lick.
Yes,
Like, what
we
are we
do.
talking about?
Yes, we do. Because yes, we do,
About
Rashad. Because if I get to talking about all the bitches that traveling to Dubai to get shitted on for $30,000, I gotta talk about the niggas that's willing to shit on a bitch for $30,000.
in Dubai, those ain't us.
Why would you want, Rashad? Would you ever want to do that to somebody?
Those
Would you
niggas ain't us.
ever think about doing that to somebody? No, why we can't talk about what would even possess you? What would even possess that to be a market that exists? We can never talk about that. Why is there a market for that? At all. Because if the bottom quintile is always going to be relegated to that bottom low tier ass market, then you're always advocating for somebody. If it's not the IG host, you're advocating for somebody to be subjected to that fuck shit. And fuck you, because nobody should be subjected to that fuck shit. You shouldn't want it in the first place.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with what we talking about. At the end of the day, we can have the conversation about that market, but we can also say that this woman seeing this soccer nigga getting 300 something thousand dollars a week and then wanting to get him and get some money up out of him. And then not only go to London, but go to Australia. And then not only go to Australia, but go to Dubai. And then once the money is coming in, you run off on the tab. So we can talk about that, but we can't act like this woman didn't come from money. Her mother she has money. And so you trying to make it seem like she is just so downtrodden and she just has to do this. No, you can have another different way to make some bread. Period, point blank. You don't have to sell pussy. You don't have to sell ass. There's another way to get some money out here in these streets. And so just like the nigga who thinks that I gotta sell some dime bags to
That's
get
not
some
how it
bread,
goes,
it's the same
Rashad.
thing. Stop
That's
doing what's
just
easy.
not how
Stop
it
doing what's easy.
goes. And I'm telling you, there's a direct Rashad, that's just not how it goes. In real life,
It's
it's
not
just
how
gonna
it goes
play
that you
out
don't
that
have no
way.
other
The
options. You don't have
lady
no other
that
options.
ends up actually
She got a
selling
degree from
sex
USC.
and it's
She has a
real
degree from
sense,
USC, Kenya.
there's a
She has a
lot of
degree from
things that
USC.
led to no, Rashad. I'm not all
She
right,
has a
bro.
degree from USC.
And what about
This
and
ain't
so
no
what?
dummies.
Okay, and I can tell you about a lot of Rashad.
So if you have a degree from USC, your parents come from money, and then you decide to live an alternative lifestyle, and then now when you're exposed, we got to talk about niggas? Fuck is we talking about? That don't make no fucking sense.
Yes, it
Put your
do.
degree to work.
Yes, it do because actually the conversation still wasn't about her. It was about his action of asking for her list of partners. So I don't even know
No,
how you
we
still
didn't
tried to
pass that. We
frame
on
it.
Saweetie. We on Saweetie. We didn't pass
Okay.
the Jasmine. Saweetie got a motherfucking degree from USC, but now she want to find niggas across the world to shack up with and get some money because her music career ain't working. And then you talking about niggas in Dubai. No, this bitch should have put her
What is
motherfucking degree to work. Period,
what?
point blank. We
How
can't
is
have this
her going to?
conversation.
How is her? How is? But can you explain to me how her degree is going to serve her when she's already in a lifestyle of extreme luxury and poshness that was afforded to her by not whatever the fuck she got a degree in? Because I'm sure it's not that, but in something else. And from the time that you've known of Sweetie, it must have been that because when you heard about Sweetie, it was not for whatever she has a degree in.
But see, what I'm saying is either do what's necessary to keep that up, but if you don't, then the next course of action shouldn't be sex work. That's what I'm saying. Just like we
No,
say,
but what I'm
the
telling you is
next
that
course of
it's
action
not
for
the
niggas
next
shouldn't be
course of
crime. We just seen
Ra-
Cash App. Cash App was on top of the
Rashad. It's
world with
not
his
the
song.
next
The
course of
next course of
action.
action shouldn't be,
It's
oh
not
shit,
the
I'm about
next
to
course
sell
of
drugs and sell
action,
hoes.
Rashad. It's the induction into the industry. You hate Nikki, but that's what the fuck she was talking about.
So, so,
It's
so,
not the
so
next
niggas,
course of action. It's the
so
start of action.
when a nigga fails in his music career, the next step should be pimping bitches.
Or selling that asshole, because we've seen that does numbers. I mean,
Like
what do
it don't
you?
make, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense where if you gave a valiant try to your music career and obviously the shit is not taking off how you wanted to take off, you can't, like, you made a conscious decision because you could go and rely on your degree or you could do
Yes,
something with else
yes,
in the
yes, you
music
could.
industry, but you
Yes,
didn't. So how's
yes,
that
you
nigga
could,
fault?
and you didn't,
This ain't no
and
dumbass
you
bitch who ain't got
didn't,
no options. And you trying to
Or
make
she
it
could
seem like
and
model.
niggas
I
you
play
mean, she's
wrong.
very
didn't,
attractive. Or she can model. I mean, there's nothing
and you
like.
didn't.
Yeah, she can go
She
get a band
actually.
deal.
You could have also went and foraged in the forest for your sustenance and not gave credence to this system at all. And you could have not gave your kids, a social security number, and you could have not.
I'm
I
not
mean,
an
you could have
officer.
all
Listen,
not did something.
but guess what?
But if
But I
if you're
made that
all
choice. But I made that choice, and
Nah,
once
but
I made
Rashad
that
went and
choice, I
got a
didn't blame
real
somebody else.
job. Like, what the fuck?
I made that choice, and then because I made that choice, I'm not blaming it on the motherfucking economy. I'm not blaming it on America because I didn't choose. No, I made that motherfucking choice. And so when Joyce be
okay,
making this type of choice, we should be able to stand on the fact that, you know what, she made this. We don't have to find reasons. Sweetie degree holding ass, rapping
okay.
ass, decides to sell pussy, and now we got to make a correlation between niggas in Dubai shitting on bitches. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Cassie too,
This
right?
shit don't make
Cassie
no
too,
goddamn
right?
sense.
And Cassie too, right?
It
Came
don't
back
make
every
no
time.
motherfucking sense.
And
Go
Cassie too, right?
go ahead, Art.
Cassie
Right.
got
Okay.
paid.
Go ahead, Ski, Mick, and RC.
That shit is not even remotely the same thing. That was such an egregious reach.
Ski, what's the word? This nigga work like in a steam yard or something. Every time he come off, that shit be like, psh.
Are you
What's
talking
the
to me?
word, Ski? Yeah.
I don't know, my bad. I'm not compressing. Nah, but yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, I think I had a wrong interpretation of it, but I mean, I think it happens a lot of times. It don't get exposed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think people like Ice Spice, it's a couple more artists that they come off like they live this lifestyle and everything, but they are doing stuff behind the scenes too, and it's just easier for women to do it. It's way easier to do something for $30,000 versus actually going to work for it. And when you get used to just doing something a certain way, you kind of just do whatever's easier. And if you giving that ass up, like that's something you don't mind doing, you know what I'm saying? They'll do it. But I mean, I just think it's just one of the things that she definitely could have chose another option. She didn't have to do that, but I think she's just mentally in the industry the way it is. Like it definitely had a shape on her to think that's what she needs to do, and she's just doing what she's been around, and a lot of people just aren't strong enough to pull away from that because it's easy money, it's quick, it's a lot of money at one point, and it's not as much work. Like some people feel like laying on their back is way less work than actually clocking in to do something, and it's just a whole lot easier to get by that way and to keep up with a lifestyle versus struggling and hearing that, oh, you was broke and you did this, and like it's just all about perception too. What people gonna say. Like she didn't expect for this to get out and people to say this about her. She was just moving how she was moving during the time. But um, I mean,
Man, niggas want shit that's easy, dog. I ain't gonna lie. And it ain't even gotta be as crazy as motherfucking sex work. Like, folks be lazy.
yeah, that's
If
what
a
I said. It's
nigga, if a
easy.
Niggas
nigga don't wake up,
niggas want
see,
shit
if
that
your ass didn't wake up and
Rashad,
go to
you're
the job,
literally
you can't blame it
thank
on nobody
you.
else but you. Your ass
Thank
didn't
you
wake
for
up.
speaking so candidly. I swear to God, thank you for speaking so candidly. Thank you for saying that.
It's just facts. I don't think that
Thank
like
you for
if
saying that.
if
No,
if we
it's
don't wake
okay.
up,
I'm gonna touch on it later. Don't worry about it.
if we don't wake up and get to
Don't
whatever
worry
we
about
got to
it.
get to be able to
Yeah,
scale and grow, then
yeah,
that's on us. And so if
yeah,
we choose to do the easiest route,
yeah,
no matter what it is, it's on us.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead, Mick Gotti, and then we got RC and Rasheen.
And fuck who it affects.
You said fuck the text.
Fuck who it
Oh,
affects.
Yo.
go ahead, Mick Gotti.
Yeah, man. Listen, I don't want to hear none of that fucking shit. The fact that you comparing Saweetie to girls in Uganda is fucking insane, my nigga. Those girls had no other options. Their parents probably wasn't there. They might have been kidnapped. All types of different shit. Rashad just told you this girl got a degree. She had her face. She had all this shit, all this equity. She could have been an influencer, but
You're
instead she
still not
decided to
seeing
sell
it.
ass, which
You're
is
still
her
not seeing
fucking
it. Don't
choice.
worry about it. I'll make it all connect later. I'll make it all connect later. I promise I will.
No, you
I'll
won't.
make it all
You just
connect
gonna make
later.
another nefarious point per usual. But
Yeah, I'll make it all connect later. Don't worry
yeah,
about it.
anyway, like I was saying, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, she could have did a million things, dog. When I got out of college, I didn't think I was gonna be working where I'm working, my nigga. But niggas had to make choices, tough calls. Niggas had to eat. So guess what? I got to it. It's really that fucking simple. Some people don't have choices, and those people I will always have empathy and sympathy for. But some people do have choices, and they make bad ones. It's really that fucking simple. All this fucking excuses and blaming this person and blaming that person, my nigga. Dog, you didn't have to sell pussy. She did not have to. At no point. But she decided to, which is her right, because it's her pussy. But she's not a baby. She's not a 4-year-old. She's someone who can make a fucking decision for herself. All of a sudden, when certain women end up in fucked up predicaments, it's like, oh, they had no other choice. They had no other options. Some of them did. Some of them did. And Saweetie seems to be one of them.
Go ahead, RC, and then we got Rasheen. How you feeling
Okay.
today, RC? You all right?
I'm feeling okay. I can't stay long, but I did want to comment. I did hear the full conversation, but I don't think this is a problem that she's doing this, and I know that's going to sound controversial, but I think this is okay and fine that, she's taking this route, even though she does have other options. And the only reason why I feel that way is because in that particular lifestyle, I just feel like it's a little bit more acceptable. Like a regular person, I don't think you should be selling, ass, but Saweetie in her position, the type of men that are willing to pay for it, and it's such a simple transaction possibly for her. Like, I don't understand why this is a big deal. Like it doesn't mean anything for anyone else. It's her body. It's only her issue and consequences to deal with. And honestly, if I was somebody like Saweetie, I probably would take this route too, because like you said, it is easy. Like a lot of people don't want to turn down an easy gig, and that's an easy one. I work a corporate job. I love my job, but if I was Saweetie, I don't think I could return to corporate after living that type of lifestyle. So if this is what she gotta do, this is what she gotta do. That's basically my take.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
agree. I
respect
agree.
the fact that like you're speaking on autonomy, right? And I think that that is where I'm coming from, and where whatever she does, I think it's a bad look as far as image wise, because the Cardi B situation with Offset, which both of them denied that, or, just different other situations, and people that she's been with and rumors. I think it's a bad look. Old girl said that, Sweetie was fucking with husbands and shit. So I don't think that this is one of them things where you just take it on the chin. I do think that this negatively affects her image, but you selling pussy, you selling pussy. I know bitches that sell pussy.
But
You
is
can't
she
make it seem
selling
like,
pussy or is she just
Is
dating
it a
rich
bad look on
men?
them niggas?
Is she
That's
just
not the
dating
No,
argument,
rich?
though.
but Rashad, is it a bad look on them niggas that fucked her?
Um, old
We,
girl didn't put the names out besides the soccer player. But when it came to Offset, yes, it was a bad look that Offset cheated on his wife with Saweetie, 100%. But, uh, but she still played a part in it. Cause you still
We
know a nigga married. Like, so
wait a minute, hold up, Rashad. But if she did mess with Offset, that would have had nothing to do with her being a prostitute. That would have
no,
been
no, no.
for
I'm
revenge.
saying like
right, we're changing the argument.
all of these things, around Sweetie would be perceived as negative. So cause I think you said that it wouldn't affect her, right? As far as image wise. And I
No, no,
think
no.
that
I
it
said it
will.
wouldn't affect anyone else. Like it's her issue to deal with. Like it. I don't think if she don't have a problem with selling ass, then I don't see what the issue is. Like, why is
Yeah,
this a bad
it's not an
thing?
That's not
issue
the
that
argument, though.
Yeah, it's not an issue that she's doing it. I think that the issue would be a negative impact on her image, especially when you're trying to sell music or you're trying to get brand deals, right? I think that a lot of who you are, like when you get a brand deal, right? They're selling you as a person, right? They're Sweetie linking up with a brand. They're not selling Sweetie the rapper. They're selling Sweetie the model, Sweetie the person that looks attractive, right? And everything that encompasses your personality. You keep having like infidelities on your track record, messing with married men.